Hey, welcome to 9.4 part 2. First question, are you having fun yet? Alright, so let's have more fun. When I look at this now, I've got 3 different blobs again that need to be factored, and notice it's getting harder. Now I got that 3 in front of the x squared. So think about the factoring practice we've been doing, and in my mind I'm thinking, okay, in order to make it be 3x, I gotta have 3x and x. So same thing down here. Let's do this first one up here first. So I still want two things that multiply to be a 1. And maybe I'm going to do some guess and check action. Actually, the only thing that multiplies to be 1 is negative 1, negative 1. Alright, so check it really quick. Outers, negative 3x, inners, negative 1. Okay, check, it works. And now remember again, usually at least one of these parentheses is going to match. So but on the other hand, that has to be a negative 1. So to multiply to be a negative 1, it could be 1 and negative 1. And let me check it. Again, I'm just guessing and checking. Right now it's going to be negative 3x outers plus 1x inners. That's negative 2. That's what we wanted. So yay, first guess for both of those. This one down here doesn't need to be factored. This one up here, I'm going to just go ahead and tell you guys, you're not going to have to factor x cubed with a special x sum and difference of cubed rule, so don't worry about that. If it's like this, then that means it's going to be one of those ones where you factor out a common factor. Now, I'm going to pull out a 3x. 3x divided by 3x is 1. Negative 27x cubed divided by 3 is 9x squared. So I'm going to cancel out what I can, and then I want to show you something. So, alright, I can cancel out 3x and 3x. I can cancel out x minus 1 and x minus 1. So right now I am left with 1 minus 9x squared and 3x minus 1 on top, and on bottom 3x plus 1. So now every single time when you get to some of these more advanced problems, you're going to have to look for those special patterns. And in this situation, both of these numbers here are squares. 1 is 1 squared, that's 3x squared. So that means it's a difference of squares situation, and I can factor that into 1 plus 3x, 1 minus 3x. These other two parentheses I haven't touched. Now, again, it's not written in the same order, but one of these is going to cancel with the bottom one. Look it through here. Alright, it's the one on the left, because both of those are positive, and both of these are positive. So 1 plus 3x is the same thing as 3x plus 1. Alright, final answer, 1 minus 3x times 3x minus 1. When you're finished writing that down, flip to the back. On the back side, we're going to talk about dividing. And the only difference with dividing is, remember, we have to flip the second fraction, and the first fraction does not flip. So usually when I'm doing these, I do like to rewrite it in order to make sure that I get the flip in. So, okay, let me show you what I mean. On top here, 5x stays 5x. On bottom, I could factor out a 3. Then I'm going to change this to multiply, so I'm going to take the reciprocal of these. So this is actually going to be on the bottom. So x squared minus 2x. I can pull out a x, and I get x minus 2 for my remainder. So again, whatever was on top went to the bottom, and now whatever was on bottom goes on top, because I flipped it, because I was dividing. Alright, two things that multiply to be 8, but add to be negative 6. I am thinking negative 4 and negative 2. Last but not least, I get to start canceling. Remember, you can pretend like it's one big fraction bar if it's multiplying. So, and all of these are all multiplied together, even though they're spaced out. So x minus 4 and x minus 4, x minus 2 and x minus 2, and actually x and x. My final answer then is 5/3 for that one. For part B, I'm trying to trick you here by putting something that isn't in fraction form, but you can just rewrite it so it's that over 1. So when I flip it, it's 1 over whatever I have here, and let's just do that right away since I'm there. So this one, it only has 2 pieces, so it's not a trinomial, so I can't do the 2 parentheses. I'm going to pull out what's in common. So I look at this, I can pull out an x. 2x squared divided by x is 2x. 3x divided by x is 3. x times 2x plus 3 is the factored form for that one then. And then over here, let's go for it. That doesn't change, 6x squared. All right, and then here, this is annoying. I'm going to have to do some guess and check action. So it could be x and 6, or it could be 2x and 3x. So x and 6x or 2x and 3x. Now let me tell you, here's where you can be strategic. Remember, your book is trying to make it so things cancel. So if I see this right here already has a 2x right there, go through and guess that first, because it's very likely that that's the one that they want to have cancel with the bottom. And also, on that note, when I'm guessing here then, let's try to make it so it matches 2x plus 3, and then if that's the case, that would have to be a -1, because I want two things that multiply to be -3. And let's just check it really quick, and this is me on the side doing guess and check action right now. Alright, oh yeah, okay, and it works. 9x plus -2 is 7x for my outers plus inners. Okay, so this top part factored into 2x plus 3, 3x minus 1. Nice. Let's cancel. 2x plus 3, 2x plus 3, and that's it this time. On top then I got 3x minus 1. On bottom I can multiply these guys together. So I get 6x cubed. And it might look like these are going to cancel, but remember, they can't, because it has a minus sign. Can't cancel if it's a plus or minus sign. Last but not least, we're going to do the compound problems where I got 3 different things being divided, multiplied, and so on. First, remember, if you don't have a number on bottom, it's really like that thing over 1. And then remember that this part here is going to flip. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite these so it looks a little nicer. So I have got x, and you can add parentheses if there wasn't a parentheses to start off with. So on top right now, I've got x, 3x minus 5 is also on top from this part of it. Here, remember, flip it, so the x plus 5 goes to the top. And this part right here, 9x squared minus 25, I'm thinking difference of squares. So I'm thinking 3x plus 5, 3x minus 5. Cancel, cancel. X over 3x plus 5 is our final answer. Now I'm just going to throw it out there again. If you understand factoring, you're probably with me. If you don't understand factoring, you might be feeling really lost right now. So it's very, very important that you ask for lots of help in class or come before after school. Make sure you understand this. Let's do D. So I have 2x plus 3 over 1. So 2x plus 3 is on top. I hope you don't mind that I'm combining them all into a single fraction. If that's throwing you off, let me do it the other way this time, but it doesn't matter, it's the same thing either way. So that one, nothing can be factored. Here, this middle one, again, flip it because it's divided by that. So only the one that's divided flipped. Even though this is afterwards, it still stays the same. So x minus 2 goes to the top, and the 4x squared minus 9, I'm going to again do difference of squares, so that ends up being 2x plus 3, 2x minus 3. And that one had nothing on bottom. Cancel, 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 cancel. X over 2x minus 3 is the final answer. Additional practice problems we're going to do in class. So if you're going to be in class tomorrow, just save them. If you're not going to be in class tomorrow, do them now. Thanks for listening, and I hope you had fun.